Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we were discussing about the chapter Principles of Inheritance. In this chapter, we have discussed about the monohybrid crosses and the test cross which were discussed in the last class. So in this class, we are going to discuss about the first two laws of inheritance. For that, we have already discussed about the monohybrid cross as you have seen in the previous classes, and from that monohybrid cross we are getting into the conclusion of having the two first laws of inheritance. First one is the law of dominance and second one is the law of segregation. So first of all, we can look upon what is the law of dominance. From the monohybrid cross, we could find that the characters were controlled by certain discrete units called the factors. So we know that these experiments were done long before, and the characters were now called are now called as genes, but in that era it wasn't known like that. So Mendel has called those factors which were controlling the characters, and that units were called as the factors. And Mendel said that so these factors are now popularly called as genes. Okay. So these factors occur in pairs. These factors occur in pairs. In a dissimilar pair of factors, one member of the pair dominates and the other will be recessive. As you know, in the monohybrid crows, that there was the tall plant and the short plant or the dwarf plant. So which one was dominant? This tall was dominant, isn't it? So one was dominant, the tall was dominant and the other was recessive. So whatever be the gene, the characters are controlled by the discrete units called factors or the genes, and these factors are popularly occur in pairs, that is TT and TT, capital T and small t. That's why it is called as the factors occur in pairs. In dissimilar pair of factors, one member will be, what will be the happening? One member will be dominant and other will be recessive. So this law of dominance is used to explain the expression of only one of the parental characters in monohybrid crows, that is in the F1, and the expression of both in F2. As you know, in the F1, the result was the capital T small t. So it helps in the expression of only one parental characters in F1, that is the tall. While in the second generation, what happened? Both the characters were expressed, that is, the tall as well as the dwarf. Okay, in the first generation, only the F1 character was shown, and in the second one, the tall and the dwarf, both of the characters were equally expressed. We can see it clearly from the picture. So this is the F1 generation. In the F1 generation, only one character of the parent was shown or expressed. Only one character. There were two characters in the beginning, but in the F1 generation, only the character of tall was expressed. But what happened in the second generation? This is the F2 generation. And in the F2 generation, what happened? All the characters, both the tall, you can see here tall, this one is tall, this one is also tall. Okay, so the tall characters were also expressed, but surprisingly the dwarf character is also expressed here. So that is what Mendel has discussed, that in the law of dominance, in the F1 generation, only the tall character was expressed, and in the F2 generation, both the characters were equally expressed. So it also explains the phenotypic ratio as 3:1, and the F2 generation it was expressed as 1:2:1 of the genotypic ratio. So that was all about the law of dominance. So in the law of dominance, Mendel has discussed that the characters were controlled by the discrete units called the factors, and they occur in pairs. While these characters in these dissimilar pair of characters factors, only one member of the pair dominates and other was recessive. So that was all about the law of dominance. Now we can discuss about the law of segregation. So what is a segregation? The word segregation means separation. So in the formation of the hybrid named capital T small t, you can see it is a tall plant. It is a heterozygous tall, but it is definitely a tall plant. It is never an intermediate form of the parents, or it is neither a intermittent of tall or a dwarf one. It is explicitly a tall plant itself in its genotypic form. So that is what is seen in the law of segregation. It is saying that alleles do not show any blending. There wasn't any blending. There wasn't any intermediate form of a tall or a dwarf plant. It was explicitly tall plant, and that shows that there was never a blending of characters in the F2 generation. Though the parents contained two alleles during the gamete formation, those two alleles were equally segregating from each other so that the gamete receives only one of the two characters. As you can see, when the tall and the dwarf were crossed, capital T into small t, the parent reached a point where the offspring was getting only the character of one of the parent. This is tall and this is dwarf, and the offspring was tall itself. It is not at all a dwarf plant in the F1 generation, isn't it? That is what is told in this law of segregation. Only the gamete receives only one of the two characters. Okay, the gamete was receiving only one of the two characters, that is the tall. Tall character was only expressed in the F1 generation. So that was all about the law of segregation. Hope you have all understood the topic very well. So if you have any doubts regarding this topic, you can straightly ask in the comment section, and I'll be happily clearing your doubts. Okay, so hope you are happy with the class. So if you have any doubts, please ask upon the comment section, and if you like the video, please like and share it with your friends, and please subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you, and see you in the next video.